Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday morning to all of you. Thank you for joining me. I'm Ken with Ken Knows Gambling. And we're doing now session number 13, Lucky 13. And it's brought to you by a member. Why you mad, bro? So Bro, he just says, call him Bro. It took me so long to figure out. Finally, I think he's put his name, he's capitalized, small letters, whatever, so it's easier to understand what his name is. But why you mad, bro? So thank you very, very much for sponsoring this episode. We're going to get with 13. And what we're going to talk about today, again, like if you watched yesterday, I figured out how we're doing this. But I don't have an absolute on my lays other than just a straight ladder up and down. And I've been trying different ways, up, two, down, one, like Waylon. I've been trying just straight ladders. But if you do a straight ladder, sooner or later you got to win two in a row. But then I vacillate back and forth. I've been doing lays for 40 years. And by and large, they work. Sometimes they don't. Just like anything, man. All strategies will go down sooner or later. Best bet in all the world is never to make the first bet because gambling sucks. I mean, you saw the other day, last week somewhere, that by not getting up early, you can get into some trouble. But the lay 4 or 10, by and large, it'll work. There are just times it'll kick your ass. And there's the catch-22. And that's really a catch-22 no matter how you bet. No matter how you bet. And something John said when did he say it? Last Monday? Last week sometime. He said something about you're playing chicken. And that just stuck to my head all this time. Every bet, if you come out this way, with no hedge, you're playing chicken for that 7. If you can pull your moves off, you're going to be in good shape. But if you don't, you're not. And you get a couple of those in a row, you're in trouble. I know some people like laying and some people don't. And there's really good logic in both arguments. It just depends on what side of the aisle you're on, that's all. And so I like making this work. I think it's saved me more time than it's hurt me. But anyway, let's just get going. I think that, I'm still vacillating, y'all, on this. Because I know once it gets high enough, you got to win 2. And instead of going up 2, down 1, and really having to do this more than you need to do it, I think just maybe coming down a little bit, hitting it twice, and being done with it probably is the way to do it, especially since you're a 2-to-1 favorite. Probably. But in this strategy, that happens to be the Achilles heel. And every freaking strategy has an Achilles heel. Don't care. So at the end of the day, if you decide to gamble, it's all about picking your own poison, whatever the side of that line you're on, and run it. And hope for the best. All right, this is session 13 of the KKG Pyramid. I'm going to try to do this just a little bit different. Like I said yesterday, and even probably the day before. This one is solid, 6 rolls, that's it. I got that down. So, let's go with the 3. We'll start there. And roll number 1. Alright, that's a pointless 12. Roll number 2. There's the 9. And if I get there, I can show you even a different option. Roll number 3. There's the 8. Alright. Basically, we're up $70. It don't quite cover this yet. You can reduce this, because now you can redo this by 100 if you want. But we're now into the 7 portion, and I don't want to do that. So, we're just going to take these down. I like this strategy. Is it perfect? Depends on who you are and what your philosophy is, I guess. It's just as good as any. That's fact. Alright, so now we're going to go roll 4, 5, and 6. Here we go. Roll 4. There's an 8. Roll 5, which is a 5, and roll 6, which is an 8. Don't matter, comes down. Alright. Now, I just wait for a 7. That's how I reset. That's how I've decided to do this from here forth. There's the 7. Now I get to reset. And we get enough 35s here, then you can always take a choice and take that back down or bring it down to lessen the blow. That's okay too. You know, everybody has their own niche, man. Roll 1. There's a 12. I think that was our roll 1 last time. Roll 2. There's the 10. That's why people don't like laying, but it don't bother me too much. That's roll 2. Now we're going to go roll 3. I'm going to keep within the 6. I'm going to go to the 4. Whoops, I didn't have a quarter out here. Sorry, that goes over here now. Sorry. Alright, so that was roll 2. This is roll 3. There's the 8. Don't even know what the point is. Sorry about that. Doesn't matter. Everything's on. Oh, I got a little sticky shit on these. That was roll 3. Let's bring it down. If I can get to 7 now clean, I'll be okay. Alright. And roll 4, 5, and 6. Roll 4. I don't know. Again, doesn't matter. Roll 5. And roll 6. There's the 8. Alright. Doesn't matter. Now I'm going for the 7. Bring this back down. There's a 4. We're just going for the 7, and there it is. Alright. Now, the 4 hit last time. We'll come over here. There's the 6. Roll 1. There's a 9. Roll 2. There's another 9. Doesn't matter. We're doing the 6 rolls. No reset, no nothing. Now we're coming out, roll 3. I think I'm adamant about that with the KKG pyramid. Roll 3. Alright, an 8. Alright, so we've got some 35s here that's helping out on that 300. We ain't got it back yet, but once we can get that hit, we save all of our profit. Because right now, if we look at it, I've got 150, 2, I got probably 225 or so of that 3 right here. So let me just get this one and we'll be okay. I have a good chance of doing it, or I could get it smacked again. It's just the way it is. Anyway, roll 4. Another 12. Roll 5. There's the 7 that I count on. It's gonna, I mean, that pyramid. That's why I'm not afraid of this. Yes, I showed where it can get smacked. But so far, I mean, I didn't lose. But I had to play fucking weird. I didn't like that. But it shows what happens when you try to go for more. And I'll just keep saying that forever. But anyway, there's $300. Plus all the 35s. Let's see where we're at. Let's bring it back. I owe it $15 in big. Don't want to forget that. There. My rack is solid. 150. $175. And I got pot. It happens. Don't try to flat bet a 4 or 10. You either have the bankroll to do what you need to do or you don't play that way. Alright, that's just the way it is. Alright, so now we get to come out. It's all reset. We don't need that much more to get to our 250. The whole idea is getting the hell off this thing as fast as you can. Sorry, and if you don't agree with me, don't go gamble. If you think you just need to stay and grind and play, well, God love you. To each his own, I guess. All right, so here we go. Roll 1. There's an 11. Roll 2. Another 11. That ain't supposed to happen. Roll 3. A 6. Let's take the 35. Okay, bring it down. By bringing it down, we're giving that a chance to 7 out, and this is more valuable now than when it was out. If we can get this one and roll 4, 5, or 6, I'm done. I think this KKG Pyramid is giving you the best chance to get that 250 and get off the table. Or it gives you just as good as anything else you want to play. There's risk in everything. But that's me. I'm on this side of the lay. You're on that side of it. I get it. I understand. But I'm prepared to go twice. Now, as I go through this, session 14, 15, 16, maybe I decide that I haven't needed but one time, and I had it one time to use this bankroll. Maybe it's more, just to give yourself another couple hits. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So now we're at roll 4, roll 5, an 8, and now roll 6. There's a 4. Okay, bring it back. Go for a 7. There's the 6. Don't care. I'm not resetting until the 7. There's an 8. And that gets more rolls, and lets that pyramid form more. Okay, now it's just a 7. That's all I care about right now. And they can roll 1,000 times. There's the 8. Doesn't matter. There's an 11. 6. 11. 6. Where's the 7s? They got to be coming sooner or later. There's a 5. That pyramid will fucking form. There's a 9. 6, but I'm not disappointed what I might be missing. There's the 7. All right. Here we go. Now, a lot of times what happens in this situation is you just need just a little bit more, and then that gets whacked. Then you got to fight some more. It happens, man. It happens. Roll 1. Okay, there's a 6. Roll 2. There's another 6. And then really, we were close. 175, we're close. We know we're close. Roll 3. And there's the 7. Okay, great. Lose 135, you win 300. Or 150. That's $15. I'm only going to take 5, give them $10 worth of egg, and let's just bring it all down. You know, that's a reset anyway. Let them roll till the cows come home. You count your freaking rack. And if you set your rack up correctly with Lammers or those little dollar chips, it won't take you long to look at it. Anyway, let's bring it back. My rack is fine. Let's see where we're at. There's the 250. Tip. There's 2 more green. There's 300. Session 13. I think, you know, I'll just probably maybe have to hit one of those twice if it gets up there too much. And that should do it. Instead of fighting it with different levels that I was thinking. Of course, you can do any way you want. Let me get 300 here. You can take 50 and try to make some moves. Do whatever you want to do. That's the beauty. One there. One there. Perfect. Under there. Just keep. You know, 300, 300, 300. I know a lot of people go, well, yeah, well, you got to win 10. Don't even cover that. You got to win 20 without getting hit. Well, while that's a true statement, if you're doing your bags, anything's that way, right? But I think doing it the way I teach it, it's much, much easier. Not easy, but much easier just to accept that small win and get up, and they will add up. That's just me. Now, talking about delays, there's so many different ways to do it, but I think, like, for example, let's say if I go 3, lose, then I go 6, and lose, then I'm to 9, let's say, and I finally win that. Well, I get 450 back. Alright? Keep it out. You got, once you get to 9 or 12, I'm sorry, you got to win 2 in a row, but you got a good chance of hitting it. If you hit it, that's another 450. So that's $900 that you won. Now you can bring this back. Take this 4 plus this 100. That equals 5. And you're even. 9. Now you can come back down, skip 6, and drop it back down to 3. You know, again, you may have your way of laddering, your way of going up and coming down on it. But I think that's probably just as good as any. You just need the bankroll to do it. That's all. But anyway, there you go. Session number 13. And yeah, man, we're about there. You know, and then the only tweaks would be yours. How you might want to tweak it. If you like it at all. You may hate it. I get it. But anyway, have a good rest of your Tuesday, everybody. And we'll chat tomorrow. Be great.